Formula One returns from Montreal and comes home. It's the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. Max Verstappen has won 6 of the opening 9 races so far this year. Red Bull have won 7. That was thanks to Sergio Perez winning in Monaco, Leclerc only winning 2 in Bahrain and Australia. The British Grand Prix at Silverstone kicks off 4 races in 5 weekends here in July. Austria next weekend sees the second sprint event before a week's break. France and Hungary take us to the summer break. Then it's a triple header. Belgium, Netherlands and Italy round out the European season before we head off to Singapore, Japan, United States, Mexico with a double header there before a week's break, and the season rounds out with a double header. One in Sao Paulo and then the last race on the 20th of November in Abu Dhabi. Max Verstappen leads the Drivers' Championship. He's on 175 points. Sergio Perez, 46 points back. Charles Leclerc, 49 points back. Whatever happens here this weekend, Verstappen will leave Silverstone as the championship leader. George Russell, being Mr. Consistency, is still in 4th place, a top 5 in every race so far this year. Carlos Sainz rounds out the top 5. Lewis Hamilton just inside the 100 points mark as well, 98 back. Lando Norris, Valtteri Bottas, Esteban Ocon and Fernando Alonso round out the top 10. On the second page, Pierre Gasly fell back after his race in Montreal. He's 1 point ahead of Kevin Magnussen and Danny Ricciardo. Sebastian Vettel has 14th place as well with 13 points, 2 clear of Yuki Tsunoda. Zhou Guanyu is in 16th. 2 points clear of Alexander Albon and Lance Stroll. Mick Schumacher and Nicholas Latifi still no points at the board. Nico Hülkenberg, of course, still only those 2 races at the start of the year. Still ahead, though, of Nicholas Latifi in terms of finishing results. In the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull lead the way by 76 points. Once again, they'll leave Silverstone going into their home race next weekend as the championship leaders. Ferrari are struggling now as well with some DNFs in the past couple of races. Mercedes 116 points back on their own in 3rd. McLaren are battling Alpine and Alfa Romeo as well for 4th place. AlphaTauri are joining in that battle. They're just holding off Aston Martin versus Haas for 8th and 9th as well, 16 points to 15 points. Williams in 10th on 3 constructors' points. It's time for the qualifying hour here at Silverstone for the 2022 British Grand Prix. Let's take a look around the Silverstone circuit here in the United Kingdom, a 3.6 mile circuit, 18 turns, the flattest and fastest circuit on the F1 calendar. Drivers love the birthplace of F1. Exiting Club Corner, flat out on board with the Red Bull from last year, straight down towards turn 1 at Abbey. 8th gear, flat out, take as much curve as you like, flicking towards Farm Curve at turn 2. Hard on the brakes, the first real opportunity on the brakes, and opportunity to pass into turn 3 at Village. Turn 4 at the loop, down, 2nd gear corner, tightest part of the track, accelerate up. Turn 5 is at Aintree, open up the DRS, flat out now in 8th gear as you hurtle down towards turn 6 at Brooklands. This is the Wellington Straight. Flick the car in whilst braking into Brooklands down at turn 6. Turn 7 at Luffield, another sweeping right-hander. Power on mid-early. Turn number 8 then, Woodcote onto the National Pit Straight, 8th gear. Now you're flat out towards turn 9 at Cops Corner. Little lift mid part of the track, flick the car in, brake down 7th. Little lift, full power again, back up to 8th gear as you come through turns 10 and 11 through Maggots. Flat out, turns 12 and 13 at Beckett's. Flat out again, lift out. 14 comes through the Chapel. 2nd DRS as you head down the Hanger Straight. 8th gear flat out in towards Stowe Corner at turn 16. Brake down 5th gear corner. Keep tight as you rise over the top of the elevation down towards turns 16, 17 and 18. The Vale Complex as well. Back on the power in the last corner, turn 18 at Club. Take the inside line, cross it at 7th gear, and that is a lap of Silverstone. Hello everybody and welcome to qualifying for the 2022 British Grand Prix. I don't know why I said practice there as well. But we are almost getting set then for the British Grand Prix qualifying, where I can tell you it is 100% chance of rain. The rain is going up. It's currently not raining in the pit lane. It's raining in the back half of the circuit though. So we are in for a treat. The drivers are getting ready out there as well. Alongside me in the commentary box is Josh Plays. Ian Birch will be joining me throughout the session as well when he can get to the commentary box. But I tell you what, Josh, it's tension in the air and there's rain coming. 8 minutes till qualifying. Who knows what's going to happen next? Oh, sorry, 2 seconds. I can't hear you. It's that's my problem because you're not plugged in. If I press that button, press that, try that again. Hello, Josh.
Hello, don't mind me chowing down a spinach and pineapple pasta before we go, and it's raining on the front straight and heavy.
Here we go then, folks. Tie up everything for the next couple of hours because we are literally all going to be about the British Grand Prix here at Silverstone as well. Give you some practice pointers as well. Max Verstappen was fastest as well this morning as well, looking quite quick again. Perez was up there. Leclerc, Russell, Hamilton, Sainz, Norris, Bottas, Schumacher, Alonso, the top 10. After that, it followed with Ocon, Vettel, Zhou, Albon, Gasly, Stroll, Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Latifi and Magnussen were the complete running order out there as well. Race control, risk of rain is 100%. Will you use my F122 lap for the race or not? Yes, I'll use it for the race. It's just I haven't had time to adjust everything yet because the commentary box is in an absolute state as well. So basically, yeah, it'll be used for the race, the F122 lap, but not because they were already pre-made as well. As Josh Plays joins me in the box, hopefully with his camera working. It's just taking a bit of time to get on. But yes, all in all, since I will be using your lap attack once it becomes available for the race itself. Just getting the timings ready because we're not in Marrakesh just yet. Qualifying coming up shortly then. 18 minutes will be the factor as we are ready then, all set for qualifying for the 2022 British Grand Prix. Rain in the air at Silverstone. You know it's going to be exciting. It always is. Good morning. Welcome to Silverstone.
And when you love something like this, you do anything to protect it.
The British Grand Prix is moments away with the qualifying hour getting underway. Up in the commentary box is Josh Plays, Joshua Birch and Ian Birch as well. Time for the action to begin.
To Silverstone. A former Royal Air Force base, now one of the fastest tracks in the world. It's a circuit that's seen some of the greats of our sport taste victory. And it always delivers the highest drama.
Hamilton's going to try again, this time on the inside, a continent touch! Verstappen is out of the race and that's a big crash!
A theatre of speed where the fans come to support their hero. We know how to put on a show. This year we welcome the new championship challengers. All hoping to leave their mark on this most famous of circuits.
On a former RAF airfield, we are about to do battle once again, and there is no place like Silverstone because there is no place like home. It's round 10 of the 2022 World Championship campaign. Red Bull may be dominating the races, but pole positions have been a bit more lucrative to Ferrari's gain as well. Today they do battle around a 5.891 kilometre circuit, all to be the fastest time. They're going to have to do it though in wet weather. The rain is coming down here at Silverstone, which means this 18-turn circuit that takes us through Abbey, Farm, Village, Loop, Aintree, Wellington Straight, Brooklands, Luffield, Woodcote, Cops Corner, Maggots, Beckett, Chapel, Hanger Straight, Stowe, Vale and Club is going to be absolutely fantastic. Pirelli have brought the C1 hard, C2 medium and C3 soft, but keep an eye out for the green intermediate and the blue wet weather tyre. That's because this beautiful campsite where we put Glastonbury to shame with 400,000 fans here in attendance for Silverstone, they're all getting soaked in the middle of an airfield as well, and there's no better place. Air temperature is at 16 degrees, track temperature is at 24 degrees as well, humidity at 73%. It is all eyes up front. The rain Josh plays is alongside me in the commentary box at the moment is properly coming down. The fans look like they're hunkered down for a hurricane. The wind is up, the rain is up, and we're in for a good session, aren't we?
Indeed we are. And I was just looking on the Twitter world. Where else am I? Twitter.
Always
Where?
Twitter.
Always Twitter.
Always on Twitter. I'm understanding that the session is going to go ahead on time, but there is a possibility of a red flag if the water level gets too much. We don't need a red flag. This is perfect conditions for racing out there as well. Give me some stats about the pole position winners so far this year. I wasn't joking. Charles Leclerc has had 6 pole positions this year. He had 5 in a row as well between Miami, Barcelona, Monaco and Baku. Max Verstappen took only his 2nd pole of the year back in Canada. To go through fully for you as well, Ted Kravitz is down in the pit lane. What's the weather like, Ted?
It was coming. Are they prepared for a session like this?
Hello, Crofty. Hello, Martin. Hello, everybody. I love this kind of stuff. Yes, they were. Yes, they absolutely were. And Williams and Haas and Aston Martin and Ferrari and Alfa Romeo Sauber and another Ferrari are already at the end of the pit lane, all on intermediate tyres, because they know in these conditions it's meant to get worse. So these will be the best of it in the next 5-10 minutes. And we've got a very, very good radar system here. It's carted in by specialists, set up and then dismantled, and then all that information is given to the teams, so they know exactly what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes, and they know it's going to get worse. So get out there on the intermediates. That's the tyre at the moment. So we've got a lot of people waiting. And how long to wait, Crofty?
A minute.
1 minute.
Not so bad, not so bad. So I don't see any Mercedes from where I can see now. I think they have left the garage or will be very soon. Yeah, but it's Haas, Ferrari, the top guys. The first of the top guys are the 2 Ferraris after the Williams and the Aston Martin and the Haas.
Thanks, Ted. Well, Josh, this is going to get interesting before belief, isn't it? Because if rain is getting worse in the next 5 minutes, they're going to have to head out there as soon as possible, get a lap time on the board, but they're going to be slipping around there on intermediate tyres. There's no reason for there to be more than a red flag or anything.
This will be so much fun. And there's certain Nigel Mansell.
Nige in the Ferrari guys there, back with his tash as well, which is good to see.
Is it me?
Go on, Josh.
Or does Nigel Mansell look like David Addison a bit?
He's got that facial, he has. Anyway, green light's coming on shortly, and this will start the qualifying hour. 3 seconds, 2, 1. It's wet, it's miserable. The British Grand Prix qualifying session is go. Q1 is underway, 18 minutes in length as well. All 20 cars are heading out there onto the circuit, but the rain is due to get worse in the next 5 minutes as well. So are these lap times we are about to see around this 5.891 kilometre Silverstone circuit going to be the ones that will set exactly who goes into Q1 and who goes into Q2? It looks like everyone from Verstappen down is staying in the pit lane, but so far as well we've got cars flooding out to the circuit, Josh, because they need to if that rain's out there. DRS obviously is disabled.
will be really interesting as one of the Williams there, as Lewis Hamilton, 7-time world champion, home British Grand Prix. Will be good to see what he can do tomorrow and today in the next hour. Probably going to be longer than an hour because of the rain, and hopefully we'll see some sliding.
I hope you don't say that, because I've got at 10 to 5, we've got the Formula E race in Marrakesh, and I need to be there at that time. But look at the amount of water. The F2 sprint is going to be fantastic. Mega Burge and Imburge will be commentating on that one for you as well, while myself and Edward Hunter will be elsewhere covering the Formula E race in Marrakesh. Let's hear from Mick Schumacher. He was on the radio.
There's an issue with the car. The steering is fully to the left.
Mick Schumacher says there's an issue with the car. The steering is fully to the left. Lewis Hamilton is circulating out there now as well, coming through Brooklands, just trying to keep up some speed and keep up some tyres. There you can see the driver tracker. It's wet. Air temperature 15 degrees. Track temperature 21. Humidity at 83%. There's a lot of water at the exit of Luffield coming into Woodcote, Josh, and down the National Pitch Straight. That always seems to be where it's at the worst, where the track narrows in on itself at the back half.
Yeah, we saw in the W Series race, it was just a quick shower and there was tons of puddles on the National Pit Straight.
That's Leclerc saying you've got Sebastian just behind you, and he does. And now Leclerc is backing up to do a lap time as well. They're all desperately trying to get their own laps. Leclerc sliding the tyres as he puts down the power and starts the lap. It's wet here at Silverstone, Josh. It's fantastic. Back to you.
Yeah, from the last corner, you can't even see the first corner through all of the spray. And guess what I'm going to be doing when you've got 2 ongoing streams? I'm going to be looking over both of them.
Good luck. Let us know if there's a problem with either one of them. While me and Ed commentate on the Formula E. It's a long slide. It's a long slide for Charles Leclerc as well as he comes out of Aintree as well down the Wellington Straight. Lap times are around about 34 seconds in that first sector, so it's about the same as what Formula 3 were doing this morning in their sector time. So the rain has considerably slowed them down. Here's Danny Rick.
Daniel, we do expect this rain to stop in session. Sometime in the next 8 minutes, rain should stop.
So there's it.
Rain should stop then in this session. Albon's fastest in the first sector at the moment with a 34.647, but the rain's going to stop in the session we just heard, but it might flood the track enough for wet tyres, so this still might be the best of the conditions if they lose the track or not. Through Maggott and Beckett for Charles Leclerc, there's a heavy amount of spray and water through that part of the track. It almost looks like it's extreme wet weather tyres through Cops Corners, through into Chapel, down the Hanger Straight. Leclerc fastest of all in that second sector. It's a 43.294. You can't even see the cars through the wall of spray into Stowe Corner as well. The fans are just standing out there in the British sunshine as well. It is rain, so typical British summer. Into the braking zone for the Vale chicane we come. Leclerc's looking quick. It's Albon on top with a 1:49.914. And Schumacher second. Cross the line now.
Tyres are low, but they're coming up. Just keep working on them.
And Leclerc goes fastest, as we heard from Stroll. It's a 1:47.521. Sainz is okay in the first 2 sectors. Hamilton's in his first sector time now as well. Zhou, third. Schumacher, fourth. Magnussen, fifth. And predictably, Josh, we've got a yellow flag somewhere on the circuit as Sainz comes into the first chicane. It's a yellow flag, but we don't know where, and I can't see where because nobody looks like they've stopped on the track. It's sector 2, so no idea who it is. No idea.
Yeah, it's gone back to green now. Hopefully we will get a
replay, yeah.
Replay soon.
So green flag, wherever it is. Lewis Hamilton is fastest of all in the middle sector as well as the rain continues to go down. Was it Valtteri Bottas?
Spun and continued at turn 17.
That's here. That's the Vale chicane. So Bottas has gone for a spin. Ricciardo goes third. Ferrari 1-2. Here comes Lewis Hamilton to the line now here at Silverstone. His home Grand Prix goes second fastest. 1:47.880 as well as the rain continues to fly up here at Silverstone. Russell goes third. 1:48.896. Lando Norris and Max Verstappen are looking quick as well. Norris is coming to the line out of the last corner. 17th at the moment. Jumps up to P7. Watch out for Max Verstappen, is just behind him on the throne, 16th to first, 1:45.743. Verstappen is 1.7 seconds faster than Leclerc, and that again, Josh, just proof of how quick Verstappen is in these wet mixed conditions, as Latifi goes 5th fastest and Albon goes 2nd, 1:46.991. Williams are looking great, Schumacher 3rd.
Has Albon dyed his hair again recently?
I think he has got it red here, as far as I know, as Leclerc goes top, 1:43.028. This is great. Rain's got heavier. Rain has come heavier, and it's coming in sideways, I'm being told, by Crofty.
Okay. That's P1 for now. Keep pushing.
So the rain's coming in sideways, and it is coming in quite fast as well. So rain coming in. Here we go then. Back down. And that's Bottas to 7th, 5 seconds faster than his own best time. Can we get through Q1? We've gone through wet qualies here before at Silverstone, quite often with a red flag. Stroll goes 9th, 1:14.7.990. Gasly goes 3rd, 1:46.807. Sonoda looking quite quick, but I think it's backed out of it. Sonoda goes 7th, 1:47.530. Ricciardo goes 4th, 1:46.827. Hamilton's next across the line now, goes 2nd fastest, with the fastest 3rd sector of anyone, a 1:43.994. Ted.
He has been into the garage for a little bit of a setup tweak. It would have been a tyre pressure adjust or front wing. Can't do anything else than that as per the rules. And a new set of inters. So give it a lap or two to bed them in, and then watch out for Seb and Aston.
That was Russ on the radio as well, just telling me, what do I do on this lap? Yep, box this lap, come in. Just get a new set of tyres out there as well. Perez goes to 3rd, 1:43.803 as well, fastest 3rd sector. This rain has really changed the complexion of the weekend. It's put them back in as well, finally, for Hamilton and Russell to get up there, and Haas in there too.
Yeah, amazing laps from Albon and Latifi, but as always, and it's raw in the Red Bull garage.
There's Gordon Ramsay, world chef, as well as, I wish he could do some dinner for me. I haven't eaten all day, and that's not a lie either. Magnussen goes 8th as well. Zhou goes 6th. There's 10 minutes to go this session. Behind the mic, hello, that would be, I presume, Matthew. Hello, Matthew. Says, hi all, catching up on qualifying between the breaks during the tennis matches as well. Hello, welcome behind the mic as they come through.
Max. Let's go recharge. Keep the temperature in the tyres though. Most other drivers are continuing to push. Do not bleed temperature. We're just looking to top up the battery and give ourselves margin to Norris. That last lap put you P1. People continue to improve though.
That's Max Verstappen on the radio there as well, just being told the information they need to know about recharging the lap and going again. Best sector times are flashing up all over the place as well. If you take a look at the barrel camera, those blue-green sector times that flash up here on the monitor in the commentary box, they are green personal bests, so they are improving on their lap times, and there are so many of them, as well as Esteban Ocon is one of them in 19th place at the moment. Albon Latifi in the drop zone after being 2nd and 3rd earlier on. Norris goes 3rd now, 1:42.940. Albon Latifi, Alonso, Ocon, Vettel, the 20 cars running so far, as the rain seems to be easing off down the back half of the circuit in Buckinghamshire, but in Northamptonshire the rain's getting heavier, so best of the worst conditions could be now.
I think so, as we Ocon 5 tenths quicker.
Pushing.
I thought we had team radio, but it's gone off, so yeah, Ocon's looking quick now, coming to the last couple of corners. Alonso's there too. Stroll's 14th. Albon goes back in to qualifying, goes 8th, 1:43.688. Ocon next, Latifi goes 13th. Both Williamses are going through. Norris radio.
Rain easing off, so that could be the end of it for this session.
Crucially though, Josh, this session, there could be more of it in Q2 and Q3 coming up shortly in 8 minutes time. Or 16 minutes. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, 16 minutes, 8 minutes left of the session. Now, as we see Alonso coming across the line and sets a 1:44.685. Stroll 1:45.234, and Tsunoda's about to cross the line.
He's just come out of club corner now. Here he goes. Bit twitchy on the rear tyres as well. Looks like there's almost a dry line appearing down there, but it's not.
Rain easing off, so that could be the end of it for this session.
And Norris goes into a position I can't see on the timing screen. 4th. Ricciardo goes 12th. George Russell goes fastest, and a big cheer from the British crowd as he's done a 1:41.743. Vettel goes 15th, but George Russell goes top. But it's not going to last long because fastest second and third sector for Verstappen. And Verstappen does 1.291 faster than Russell, a 1:44.52. Blimey, there, it's getting quicker out there.
The track is getting very quicker every single lap as Schumacher comes through the fail chicane now.
Just keeping it calm as he flutters its way on the throttle through club corner, down across the line again. The rain is completely stopped on the Hamilton straight, and it's a 1:45.175 for Mick Schumacher.
We are expecting to be the fastest at the end of the session, so take care of these tyres.
That's Leclerc as Ocon goes to P7, 1:43.248. Magnussen is P19 at the moment, next across the line. Can he get out the drop zone? Yes, he does, with a big margin to P10, a 1:43.513. Bottas goes 8th, 1:43.352. Here's Lance Stroll sliding his way through the Vale chicane, coming into club corner, controlling the wheel of the car, not wanting to put it into the wall. Lance Stroll crosses the line, goes 15th, 1:44.009. Sonoda, Ricciardo, Schumacher, Vettel and Gasly still in the drop zone at the moment, but Gasly's on a lap time and he's into the Vale chicane now with Vettel about 10 seconds behind him as Vettel is just coming into Vale now. And Gasly's through club, goes 14th, 1:43.772. Good session this, isn't it, Josh? Constant action.
It really is, as Vettel comes round the final.
So we know Ferrari are considering one set. And you have Vettel 7, Ferrari considering staying on this set. Perez thinks his tyres are getting better.
So that was Danny Ricciardo's radio. So they're going to stay on one set of tyres, we believe, on the Inters. Ted.
Of what's going on. So Ferrari have said to Charles Leclerc, we're going to be the fastest at the end of this session. I don't know whether they know that because they're going to put a new set of Inters or whether they're just going to let these tyres wear down a bit. That's the McLaren who's just come in for a new set of Inters. Sebastian Vettel's Inters are good enough for where? Top 10 at the moment, Crofty?
Sebastian Vettel is down in 17th at the moment.
Oh, no, right. Okay, so they haven't come to him yet. So, yeah, a bit of a guessing game down here. And weather-wise, it has pretty much cleared up. I think we're in a hole in the weather. There might be coming some more coming for for Q2, but we'll get to that when we get to it.
So it's how
if we get to it on time, and how quick can you actually have this? Is Joe
got
Grant
completely in my way. Understood. That was Tsunoda.
Zhou goes 5th, 1:41.854, as Sonoda got in the way of Lando Norris there. Verstappen fastest in that first sector, but look at that, Josh, from Zhou Guanyu, looking mega quick there.
Very quick indeed, 1.4 seconds slower than Verstappen, as we see Vettel currently on a lap going through Stowe. Sonoda 3/10 quicker than, I believe that is 15th, so Latifi, and Paramount on top of Paramount Mountain.
Yeah, the Paramount Plus that launched in the UK earlier on, and with Sky being a title sponsor of this race, advertising it on the pit lane entry. Vettel goes 10th then on a 1:43.088, but Sonoda's looking quick. He's 18th at the moment, good sector times, and goes 9th, 1:43.
You didn't tell me.
I know, we're going to box.
You didn't tell me.
We're going to box for a new set box.
So Lance Stroll's coming in for a new set of tyres, but the team didn't tell him. Verstappen goes top, 1:39.975. Fastest in all three sectors. So it's starting to get drier out there. Intermediates will start coming to them. If they change over sets now, they'll only have 3 left for the weekend. Because I don't think they got an additional set this morning, though, because it was a dry scheduled practice 3.
Anything.
No, I didn't either. So they won't. They've only got 4 sets left, so they've taken 1 now. So that's 3 sets left of brand new Inters. As with 3 minutes to go, we're into that stage where we finally get to see what the last lap times are going to be. It's great fun now as Ricciardo slungs it round Aintree. now down the Wellington straight. Blue flags, light boards activated all around. Bottas goes 7th, 1:41.871. As that is Stroll getting through with Perez and Ricciardo closing together through Luffield as well. On the driver tracker, Perez goes wide and allows Ricciardo to go through on the board as well.
Nothing about another set of.
Yeah, so they haven't taken a fifth set then of intermediate tyres. I thought they wouldn't have. We would have heard something about that in the race control meetings as Hamilton goes second. 1:44.60, 4/10 off the pace of Verstappen. Russell goes 5th, 1:49.57. 2 minutes to go here in the opening qualifying for the British Grand Prix in Silverstone. It's Verstappen on top at 1:39.975. Hamilton second, Sainz third, Leclerc 4th, Russell 5th, Perez 6th, Norris goes 7th, Zhou 8th, Bottas 9th and Ocon 10th. Alonso, Albon, Tsunoda, Vettel and Magnussen ran out the 15. Gasly, Latifi, Stroll, Ricciardo and Schumacher coming in the drop zone.
With this slow lap and then one more time lap, we've got quite a bit of margin before the end of the session, so we can either go for 2 push laps or we go for 2 slower laps.
Ricciardo goes 13th then with a lap time of a 1:43.001. All eyes though on the Williams and Nicholas Latifi, who for Silverstone's own team of Williams looking quite quick with personal bests in the 2 sectors. Schumacher and Magnussen also improving.
Yeah, everyone setting a lap time now. Well, starting a lap time, that will be their final lap, and everyone finishing a lap time probably will not do a double. They will do as slow as Latifi.
Jumps to 10th, yeah, Latifi goes 10th, 1:42.309. Here comes Schumacher, cross the line, 17th, can't improve, 1:43.174. Magnussen next up, goes to 10th, 1:42.180. Schumacher really needs to up his time.
I think we've got margin.
No, just the left front tyres giving up a bit.
Left front tyres are giving up a bit. Verstappen reporting on the radio there as well. Gasly, however, is excelling in an AlphaTauri as well with 20 seconds left for the session. So Gasly into the last couple of corners through Vale. He is 19th at the moment. Can he improve on the board? Cross the line comes Pierre Gasly. Goes 6th, goes 8th. 1:41.680. Alonso 9th, 1:41.770. Checkered flag is out. The first driver to meet him will be Sebastian Vettel, who goes 15th only. A 1:42.666. Tsunoda 18th goes 3. Vettel is out of qualifying. On Tsunoda goes 12th. Ricciardo next up. Ricciardo goes 13th as well. So Vettel definitely out. Latifi in the drop zone at risk. Ocon's out of it. Leclerc goes fastest. 1:39.846. Leclerc tops qualifying.
Starting final time lap. Keep sock 2.
Here comes Esteban Ocon as Verstappen goes fastest. 1:39.129 now for Max Verstappen. Here comes Esteban Ocon at a club corner. Can he take anything? Stroll goes 20th, last overall. That's typical of him. Ocon goes 9th on a 1:41.730. Latifi goes 15th and gets out of the drop zone. But here comes Schumacher next up. Perez goes 4th, 1:45.21. Magnussen, Albon and Schumacher, the 3 drivers still left in this session. Schumacher goes 18th. He's out of qualifying. Where is Alexander Albon going to go as Magnussen is out of qualifying? Both Haas cars are out. Albon 16th, can't go through. Latifi qualifies for Q2 and for the first time this season out-qualifies Alexander Albon. Bottas goes 7th, but it's Albon, Magnussen, Vettel, Schumacher and Stroll who are out of the first part of qualifying. It's Verstappen on top from the team from Leclerc, Russell 3rd, Sainz, Hamilton, Perez, Zhou, Bottas, Norris, Gasly. Then we see Ocon, now Alonso 10th, Gasly, Ocon, Tsunoda, Ricciardo and Latifi rectify the results. What a time, Josh.
What? Wow.
There's no other way around it if I unmute the mic. What a session. I need to sit down on that, man, sir. Look at that timing screen, though, as they come back into the pit lane. Absolutely insane to think that that is how close it was on the field. As Aston Martin go to lick their wounds, so do Haas. it is Albon, Magnussen, Vettel, Schumacher, Stroll out of it. So both Haas cars, both Aston Martins, and one of the Williamses, because Latifi goes through to the next part of qualifying. Not bad then. As we'll get ready for qualifying number 2. Let's hear some team radio. First of all, starting with Sebastian Vettel.
So you've got the flag, and I'm afraid we are out.
Not again. Not again.
Oh dear. He's not sounding happy, is he? Here's Lance Stroll's radio message.
It's not enough, huh?
I'm afraid not, mate. I'm afraid not.
Yeah, the tires were just freezing cold. No grip whatsoever. 0.
Well, let's put it this way, Lance. You've qualified 20th, and you were 7/10 off the pace of Schumacher as well. So it's not doing best there for Aston Martin as well. Alonso and Gasly, the two cars currently left on the circuit as they come into the pit lane now as the checker flag is officially done. Lando Norris, look, with that, I mean, the first sector was quite quick. To see some improvement times on there as well. 20, I'm trying to work out when it would next be. I think it's 25 minutes past the hour would be the start of qualifying 2 to take us up to 40 minutes on the board. It would be. So another 4 minutes left then of qualifying as the timer ticks down. You can see now going through. Get your comments coming through here on the YouTube chat. We want to hear from you throughout the broadcast as well, as there's a lot of action still left to do in this qualifying session. We go to the dual cam as we go and wait for the session to restart. I've taken a seat up here in the commentary box. Josh Plays has actually disappeared from view. Presumably he'll be chasing to and running back as well. But what a session that was. We need a second camera to bring it sort of low down to the level, but because usually we'll be talking with Megan at this point. Here comes Josh Plays now, running back into the control situation as well.
16.
Perfect time there, Josh. As we come through.
Guys, why are we doing cooldown laps? I really don't understand. I have no grip.
Alexander Albon saying, why are we doing cooldown laps? I really don't understand as well. This is Albon's radio again.
P16.
Oh my god, guys, why are we doing cooldown laps? I really don't understand. I have no grip.
It's really bad out there. David Croft.
Well, let's start with that.
Simon
if
Elizabeth.
we could, because that was, I mean, fascinating hearing exactly what Alex Albon had to say. Let's come on to them in a moment. Let's start with Sebastian Vettel. Obviously, we saw what happened in Canada. He was up in 12th for the 3rd practice session. Have they got it again wrong on tyre pressures?
Yeah, they were. Let's look back at FP3 in Canada. They were really quick in the wet, super quick, sort of top 5, and just didn't get it right in qualifying with pressures. And
Radio
and
Russell.
It could be light rain throughout Q2 and Q3, this sort of intensity.
Light rain, okay.
So yeah, maybe it is tyre pressures again, I don't know, but surprising, and as you could hear from Seb, he was massively surprised they were out in Q1.
Well, there's another factor, isn't there, because if this continues, and we got a wet race as well, they've only got a limited number of intermediate tyres, so they may be, you know, caught between the rock and a hard place.
It looks like the forecast looks okay for tomorrow, doesn't it? You heard George Russell on team radio there, but we're down at Williams at the moment, and I think Alex Albon expressing some disbelief about cool-down laps, but he was the one that had the upgrades on the car, which is why it's doubly disappointing for them.
Yeah, I mean, in Nicky camp, it's always good to out-qualify your teammate and to get into Q2, but for a team, no, it's disappointing because the upgrades on the car should be a big chunk of lap time. But Alex, as Alex said, he thinks it's because they were doing slowdown laps and not able to get the tyres switched on again.
Okay, rain is still coming down. It looks set in, it has to be said. Let's head back upstairs to the Crofty.
So Q2 is coming up then in 26 seconds time. The rain intensity looks set in as well. It's raining constantly, but it's light rain as well, which I suppose can be seen as good news. But the session is 14 seconds away, and we're about to switch back up, which means I'll stand up and get ready to call the start then of this next session with the green light about to go on for Q2. Green light, and away we go for qualifying number 2 here at Silverstone. The rain has returned. It's in a lighter consistency than what we've seen before, but for the 15 drivers that remain in this session and the lost drivers, that is Albon, Magnussen, Vettel, Schumacher and Stroll. You can see there's a little gap there as well. Josh plays alongside me in the commentary box. We're in for some chaos this session, aren't we?
We really are, as the first cars come out of the pit lane for their warm-up laps, even though it's not that warm out there. It is 14
freezing.
degrees. Yes.
Yeah, it is freezing out there, as I've got several different things flying around in my ears, and I couldn't quite hear you there as well. As we come back in, let's turn Sky down a little bit, actually, as come forward. Hopefully we're going to have an interesting session. It's going to be quite open as well for this one. As the field come through. They're all going out there in intermediates, Josh. That's another brand new set of inters being used up, which means they've only got 3 left. So that means if they have another one, that's only 2 sets of inters and 3 wets tomorrow. So that's insane.
Yeah, don't think the FIA can give intermediate tyres in between qualifying and the race. So
absolutely, yeah, they're not allowed.
Bold, yeah, not allowed to, and hopefully 1 or 2 drivers, as we see Lewis Hamilton.
Just the only corner where I lose the most compared to the others.
So it was turn 15, and also compared to Yuki, turn 15 was the biggest place.
Okay, back to you, Josh.
Entry.
Back to you, Josh.
It's entry to Apex, yes, same exit, entry to Apex.
Right, now go, quick.
And George Russell. So the first time, a 6-minute 18.038 from Latifi.
And he's our first driver to actually bother to do a lap time. So thank you very much to him in this session.
Including like the time in the pit lane, I think, as well.
Radio Hamilton.
Big vibration on these tyres, man. Massive vibration.
Oh, and Lewis isn't happy then with something he's experienced in the car. And he's saying about the tyre balance isn't quite right. This is going to be an interesting session, isn't it, Josh? And I'm very, very, very nervous about what could come of it.
Big vibration on these tyres, man. Massive vibration.
As vibration, not always the best situation out there today. Go on.
Yeah, it really, really is. Latifi, a 32.867. All of the 15 cars out who qualified in Q1 to go on to Q2. The fastest 10 in Q2 will go on towards Q3, as my bulldog has come to say hello. And no, it's not Lewis Hamilton's.
Is it Del Boy?
No, Del Boy's the Saluki.
Oh, I see, right.
Buster the Del Boy.
Buster. Cars out there. Lando Norris then with the first sector time of purple, meaning it's a 32.734, immediately beaten by Fernando Alonso. I'd just like to point out as well, and Alonso looking mega quick out there. Perez and Sainz going through as the times will start to come down now and change over. Radio coming up from Carlos Sainz.
We have 8 timed, staying out. Alonso Ricciardo turn 6, and Perez between 5 and 6, and Perez is 7 in front.
So 8.
3 time laps plus 2 time laps with a pit stop if you want a new inters.
So 8 laps but 5 timed is what I'm seeing at the moment. Joe's top, 1:44.029 on those inters. Tsunoda second, Bottas third, Latifi fourth, Verstappen fifth, Leclerc. Oh well, yeah, the top 4 haven't changed positions just yet. Let's hear from Russell. No grip he's complaining about, so it's icy out there like mad, Josh.
It really does look it, as Perez fastest second sector, a 41.462, fastest time being a 1:43.121 as Alonso goes top.
Alonso fastest, 1:43.121. Somewhere Megan is now running to the commentary box.
Some brake temp asymmetry. It will come back. Keep pressure high where you can.
It will come back, so have a little faith as Ricciardo goes seventh, Perez goes top on a 1:42.513. As the rain, Josh, that was dissipated due to Q1 has come back, and the spray is now barely visible. You can make out some cars.
Yeah, I said earlier in Q1 from the last corner at Clubs there is 10 minutes to go, and Leclerc sets a 43.617. Norris, the fastest first sector, 31.913. And you can barely see.
Yeah, Verstappen's gone top, 141.486. Perez second. Hamilton's gone third. Russell has gone fourth. So Mercedes finding something about this powertrain that they like at the moment, and it's working well. This is getting exciting as Zhou goes. Zhou Guan Yu is third. What on a 1:42.640, and Norris is fastest of all in the middle sector, up by 2 seconds compared to Bottas's time. Bottas goes 8th, 144.232. Gasly 8th, 143.702. Now on the board. As, this is on board with Esteban Ocon having a bit of a wide moment there. Coming to the line, Ocon goes 13th, doesn't improve. Lando Norris jumps to second, and the British crowd erupt again as it's a 141.821. Danny Ricciardo, who has to beat Lando Norris by whacking him in the face with a bouncing ball, comes across the line. And does 12th fastest, 144.355. Even in the wet, there's nothing I can do Danny Rick. 10.
Yeah, you know what I'm going to say, Crofty, don't you?
Okay, so just cool down.
Down now. Yeah, much heavier now. So I think we've seen the best of the times. I think that was a little pocket in the rain. We've got another little band coming in from the southwest. So yeah, who are we looking at? Ocon. Should have done better. Ricardo. Sainz. Oh my goodness, Sainz. Bottas was going to say, carry on.
If Carlos Sainz can't find some improvement here.
Well, look at Lewis Hamilton, who comes across the line to go second. Verstappen, Hamilton, Leclerc, 1, 2, 3. At the moment, George Russell crosses the line, goes fourth. So it's Verstappen, Hamilton, Leclerc, Russell, Norris, Perez, Zhou Alonso, Gasly, Bottas, the top 10. That's a great Q3. Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Sainz, Latifi and Ocon eliminated at the moment, but Latifi trying to go through into Q3 for another first time this season, goes ninth. 143.273 for Latifi. That's impressive.
That really is impressive, and I was just having a look. 3 Brits in the top 5.
Continue in Mo2, Max. Keep pushing. Rain is slightly heavier over the pit wall.
Yeah, Hamilton, Russell and Norris in there as well. So it's a pity that Albon's out of qualifying. I know he's a racer with a Thai licence, but most English man you'd ever meet is Alexander Albon. He's definitely an honorary Brit as well. Father British, mother from Thailand. As we come through, Carlos Sainz now 14th at the moment as Alonso goes 6th, 142.209. And this isn't looking good, is it? Yeah, this isn't looking good for Carlos Sainz at the moment. He's struggling out there. Through his purple, okay? Yeah, there we go. Back up. Gasly goes out of qualifying, and Sainz goes to 4th. I knew there was something wrong. It must have just had a problem on his other qualifying lap as well. Some traffic or something, because that was not normal.
That was not normal indeed, as Verstappen...
So what's the best gap for me? Staying here?
Likely staying here. If you wanted to drop behind Alonso, there is 8 seconds back to Daniel behind him.
I think that's about the level of rain that they've got going on here at the moment as well, and why it keeps fluctuating between the two. The rain is getting heavier, and the Latifi is currently P10. So Chris Medland has just told us that the rain is getting much, much heavier. Will they have to switch over to the full extreme wet tyres? We've only had one spin from Valtteri Bottas in his qualifying session. We're riding with him now. It was down the Vale chicane. Nobody else has gone off or anything. No other yellows. It's been remarkable car control from these drivers, and fingers crossed it remains that way. It's a wide open circuit here at Silverstone for qualifying. Bottas into the last corner, crosses the line, doesn't improve. So it's too wet now, Josh, for improvement. I think we've seen the best of the conditions. You're on mute. Okay, so we can't hear from Josh. Brollies have gone up all the way around the circuit here.
Hello?
I can hear you. Go on.
No idea what happened there.
Sometimes the power goes off, but tell you what, that one man there with no coat, no hood, drinking a beer is definitely British. I can tell you that much. 5 minutes to go. What were you talking about anyway when we couldn't hear you?
No idea now. Leclerc radio.
It's raining quite a bit more, no?
Yes, it is, and no one is improving.
Well, listen to the words of...
Yeah, raining quite a bit now and nobody's improving. So that pretty much sums up what is happening here today, which is another disappointment on the field. So looks like we've had the best of the conditions, and now Q3 will be our attention as to who can go well there. This is Max Verstappen. What's he done? Through Brooklands. So this is, where is it?
It's raining quite a bit more, no?
Yes, it is, and no one is improving.
So it's actually through Beckett's. The camera so much looked like they were turning at Brooklands, but it's in the middle of Beckett's, and he's gone off the track. He's continued on though. There used to be gravel back there in the day. Ask Mika Hakkinen when he made that mistake back in 1998 and allowed Michael Schumacher through. Verstappen's happy. He's done enough. He's back in the pit lane now as well. Hamilton second, Leclerc third, Sainz fourth, Russell fifth, Norris sixth, Alonso seventh, Perez eighth, Joe ninth, and Latifi rounding out the top 10. Gasly, Bottas, Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Ocon still out there on the circuit, but absolutely no one improving on times at the moment.
I think the top 10 that we see now will be the top 10 going into Q3 as Latifi runs wide. I believe that is at the loop.
Yeah, and here's Lando.
It's getting too bad.
Any racing line?
If you're Lando Norris.
Was in most in 13, 1-3, Alpha second.
Latifi's off at turn 3 and has continued. We didn't see that, but Lando Norris clearly saying that the track is getting too much out there and the conditions are getting a little bit too treacherous for him. So I wonder if they throw the red flag. I wonder what's happening. And that's Keanu Reeves in the support pit lane, getting absolutely soaked. He hasn't decided to take an umbrella. That's great news. As he's watching trackside. Look at the spray though, Josh, coming through Copse Corner. That's insane. That's a red flag level.
That is red flag level. I think in Q3, if it rains anymore, we might see extreme wet tyres.
Has to, surely. The amount of spray and water right now, it would normally be a red flag situation because they're all going wide as Ocon has a moment through Beckett's, can barely get any power down.
Pit lane, maybe slightly lighter. We do expect it to ease as well.
That's Ricciardo then, being told that he does expect it to ease, which is good news, but this is treacherous conditions out there as well right now. Well, Ocon's lost a lot of time. It's good sector 1, but I think he's going to continue going out and see if the track needs drying up a little bit more. 2 minutes to go in qualifying 2. Verstappen, Hamilton, Leclerc, Sainz, Russell, Norris, Alonso, Perez, Zhou and Latifi, the top 10, automatically through. In the drop zone, it's Gasly, Bottas, Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Ocon, but the track has got so much wetter since the start of the session that we've seen nobody improve on times. Bottas.
Can't see.
Bottas now saying he can't see anything, or a bit more colourful language out there. I presume Niels Ritchik, the race director, must be considering throwing the red flag. It's getting a bit much out there. There's a lot of standing water. As Ocon nearly flies off into the barrier, just catches it with a nasty oversteer coming out of Aintree down the Wellington Straight. This is almost red flag, isn't it, Josh? They've got to stop this.
Yeah, maybe the race director and ours, Richard, is trying to press the red flag button, but can't press it because he can't find it due to the amount of spray.
Yeah, it's really bad. Ted.
For them in these very, very tricky conditions.
Okay, I think that was Ted talking about how the fact that the Inters are not working for Tsunoda, so he's gone back out there. Is he on Inters? Yes, he is. So he's not changing it. He's 13th. It's desperation. You risk smashing the car up at this point of the circuit as well if you keep going out there. I'm saying that, I just said Martin Brundle will say exactly the same thing 2 seconds later. So it's too much. If Tsunoda then, it's too much for Inters. This is full wet weather tyres.
And multiple people, Alonso, Perez, Gasly, and Tsunoda, are all on 1 lap old or 2 lap old.
Too much standing water in high speed.
Too much standing water in high speed, said Gasly. Yeah, brand new Inters then for those drivers.
They've only got 1 left.
They've only got 1 left going into qualifying 3 and the race tomorrow, which is predicted to be wet. Checkered flag is out. Qualifying 2 concludes. Top 5 are safely in. of Verstappen, Hamilton, Leclerc, Sainz and Russell. Gasly still P11. I think he's out. Nobody's improving. Josh, the sector times are all red or yellow. So it's Gasly, Bottas, Tsunoda, Ricciardo and Ocon. Ocon's already officially out. So he qualifies 15th as the rain got heavier here at Silverstone for Q2. And I don't think anybody else is improving. I think Gasly might abandon it. Yep, Williams are happy. They've got a car through to Q3, and it's Nicholas Latifi at their home race. The car without the upgrades on have got through. So the checker flag is out. Tsunoda's taking it. Bottas 2. Gasly, Bottas, Tsunoda, Ricciardo.
Exit at Beckett, jump it overboard.
Ricciardo aboard.
Daniel, don't risk the car. Don't risk the car.
So that's confirmed. Gasly, Bottas, Tsunoda, Ricciardo and Ocon out of the session.
Nicky, well done. You are in Q3. Fantastic. Good job.
Yep, thank you, Jos. Yeah, great job, everybody. Let's keep going.
Going through to qualifying 3 then. Verstappen, Hamilton, Leclerc, Sainz, Russell, Norris, Alonso, Perez, Zhou and Latifi. And this, Josh, is a replay of Latifi going through there. Brilliant, brilliant opportunity there in this situation.
Yes, it's going through Cops and going up towards Beckett's, Maggots and Chapel.
Looked okay to me as the field comes through. Let's hear from Danny Ricciardo on his team radio that we heard. I've been electrocuted.
If I'm not improving, exit at Beckett, jump it overboard.
Yeah, Daniel, don't risk the car.
I've been electrocuted by my own headphones.
Nicky, well done. You are in Q3. Fantastic. Good job.
Yep, thank you, Jos. Yeah, great job, everybody. Let's keep going.
Let's hear from Ricciardo again then.
That's P14. There are no chance to improve with those conditions. P14.
Yep. Yeah, understood.
I'm not even. I'm scared to put them back on. Actually, I'm just holding them at the moment because genuinely, I had my hand on my phone when there was a notification and it's charging, and it electrocuted me. I'll put them back on. They feel okay, but my earphones just literally electrocuted me in my right ear, left ear. Sorry. So that was a bit painful as they come through. All right then, Josh. Next session, Q3 coming up shortly. What's your prediction? Who's going to have pole position? Hamilton seems to be right up there. Could he steal it away, or is it a bit too late for that?
How have you managed to electrocute yourself?
I have no idea. I think it was because it's a wireless phone charger, so I think that must have caused something on it as well. But no idea how I managed to do that at all. There's literally zero clue.
Anyway, going back to the question.
Go on.
I think it's a battle between Verstappen, Hamilton and Leclerc.
It's that battle.
It's that battle once again.
Oh, tension is definitely rising out there as well. As we'll. Oh, actually, hang on a second, because your camera's a bit wrong there. As we'll come over to dual cam in a second. Here we go. There's dual cam. Need to get better graphics on that actually, compared to normal, because it's very basic at the moment. This dual cam system. If I look at this, transform, live editing, everybody. Rotate by 180 degrees. There we go. Doesn't that look a lot better? And a little bit more thinking out there. So then, Josh, going into the next session, you're thinking it's going to be Verstappen on pole. Let's hear from Yuki Tsunoda. He's got a radio message coming through.
So we are P13, Yuki.
Yeah, I mistake my base lap. I went to like
Stay negative. Stay negative. Pick up the pace. You did very well to get through to Q2, mate. You did very well.
Okay, let's go down to Simon Lazenby.
Q2, there we go. It's just eased off again now, but there's clearly still quite a lot of rain around. We're inside Williams, and whoops of joy there, because not only has Nicholas Latifi got out of Q1 for the first time this year, he's got into Q3 and shows the value of getting that banker lap in.
He did. What a great lap. I mean, all the way through qualifying, to be fair, he's been strong. Really nice to see, and lovely for him. He needs this. He needs this to give himself some confidence.
We're just saying, actually, his other half's just disappeared into the garage. I'm almost sure that there was some champagne flutes being filled up inside Williams, because it's been a long time coming. We were just talking actually inside about something like this changing the fortunes for yourself in a season. You know, really, he's a really popular member of this team. He's a really nice guy, and maybe this can just stir things up from a little bit.
Yeah, as you were saying, we've been sitting inside the Williams motorhome, so we've overhearing the chatter of the crew and the team, and they definitely are willing on Nicholas Latifi and feel very good for him that he's got the car through, and I think their feeling is exactly that they feel that this is exactly what he needs. He's had a rough ride, and David was talking about the rough time he had after Abu Dhabi, so he's back, he's here, he's got himself into the top 10.
Good on him. He's had some success here. He did have some success in F2, it had to be said. Zhou Guanyu also into Q3. That's for the second race running, so you know he clearly likes the wet conditions.
He does, and he's out-qualified his teammate once again. Valtteri is also a pretty good wet weather driver, so no, great job by him. You know, going into Q3, you never know what's going to happen here in these conditions. You know, there is a drier line. It's still wet, but it's difficult to stay within that. So especially when you start pushing in Q3 and trying to get the maximum out of the car. So who knows? These guys could finish quite high.
Okay, well, we know timing is critical on this. So if we're learning lessons from Q2, get one in early here. But I know these are the 20 best drivers in the world, but of those 20 and those that are left in the top 10 here, who is best equipped, do you think, in these conditions?
Well, I saw very little. I mean, because obviously the lap times were changing so rapidly as the track was clearing. Drivers were clearing some of the rain before it came down. And I'm looking over my shoulder. It's actually stopped drizzling now. So we're going to get a track that is being cleared as we go. So the track will be getting quicker. And I thought Ferrari were doing pretty well, actually, up against Red Bull. But yeah, it's taken away that advantage, I think, that clear advantage that Red Bull had.
Yeah, I agree, and Mercedes are in the mix as well. So it's those 6 going at it, I think, for the pole position, and then the last 4 places again. There's a good battle on there.
I wonder if we see it all mixed up here ahead of the British Grand Prix. Right, shoot out for pole, back upstairs to Martin and David.
So we're almost set then for the pole position to get underway here for the British Grand Prix. 1 minute to go until the start of the session as well. Pole position in Bahrain went the way of Charles Leclerc. In Saudi Arabia, Sergio Perez. Australia, Charles Leclerc. Imola, Max Verstappen. Miami, Barcelona, Monaco, Baku, Charles Leclerc. Canada in Montreal went the way of Max Verstappen as well. But Lewis Hamilton in P2 looking strong as well. Looks like it's dry at the moment, Ted.
Now you're calling us poor guys who have to stay out in the rain. It's all Hollywood with you, isn't it, Crofty? All right, okay. Well, listen, hopefully it's going to be bodacious and not bogus for the Ferraris, because they've decided that they know something about the British weather that the other teams don't, and they've gone at the end of the pit lane with some intermediate tyres. They're joined by Zhou Guanyu, and there is Max Verstappen. I can see Lando Norris. Now the Mercedes are coming down. What I'm told from the radar trace, I don't know if you've got a line on it.
I'm going to have to mute him because it's coming up to the start of the session, and that's where we take over. Green flag is out then for the final part of qualifying for the British Grand Prix here at Silverstone. The next 12 minutes with 10 cars out on this very damp Silverstone circuit will set the running order. Some smoke there from one of the cars being started up and blowing in to the Red Bull garage as well. Presumably it'll be the dry ice getting out of the way, won't it? But that smoke will be billowing around the circuit. Ian Birch has joined the commentary box as well. Dad, it's wet, it's windy, it's cold, it's Silverstone. It's the British summer, just typical, isn't it?
3 minutes before the start of qualifying, and what happened?
It rains.
This big cloud came over and just started wetting the circuit really bad. There's the cloud at the moment. It's massive. It's supposed to be a bit better weather tomorrow.
Yeah, the F2 sprint race could be fun that you're making a covering in about an hour.
We wanted to have a word with you about that.
What?
We're not doing it.
Oh, that's nice. As it comes down.
We're union members now, me and Meg.
Well, I'll be doing the Formula E race with Ed Hunter as well. And we'll all be back together tomorrow for all the action as well. There's your previous win. Why are we seeing previous winners of the British Grand Prix? Hamilton 2021. Verstappen won in 2020, the same as Lewis Hamilton, because that was the year we had the double header.
8 times for Lewis.
Yeah, tomorrow could become a 9-time British Grand Prix winner and a 9-time podium finisher as well for Lewis Hamilton here at Silverstone. If it is possible, he could do it. He's second at the moment and has been second in the qualifying session so
Is
far.
it raining down south?
Possible shower right at the end of Q3.
So the track's still wet and it could get wetter later on. So this is going to be crucial now. Go on. You can talk. He said, is it raining down south? I don't know.
Well, Josh does.
Josh, is it raining where you are?
Well, if we just gets this up and
you had to ask,
over
didn't you?
here.
Is it raining where you are? I can't see. Don't rip your headphone cables off. That's what the last thing. Is it raining? It's not raining. The old
it's spitting here.
The old Ron Dennis thing of sticking your hand out the door to see if it's raining in the back of the commentary box always works out. Right, Norris is on the radio.
Lando, latest information, possible rain in 5 minutes. Reality is we're really not going to know the best time of the track.
So basically just go now, isn't it? It's just flat out go now, just in case you have a problem as well. And that's what everyone's doing. So everyone's out there on intermediate tyres, and it's Leclerc in the first sector fastest.
Lewis up into second.
Yep, moving up, fastest middle sectors as Leclerc does a 36.559 as we're watching Verstappen 34.384 as well.
Kilometers, same direction. It's like a tailwind out of 4 at the moment.
That's Russell being told about the weather coming in as well. Verstappen's very wide at Luffield as well. Lost a lot of time, and the amount of spray there is quite alarming. It's due to be a wet British Grand Prix tomorrow as well, which is going to be very, very exciting. They've used all their intermediates up in this session. So tomorrow is going to be used inters or full wet weather tyres. So either way, British Grand Prix is going to be a lot of fun. Rain has stopped, we're being told, at Silverstone. So for now, this is the best of the track conditions.
Williams are really having trouble, aren't they, because of the fact that they did all these updates, put into the wind tunnel, made sure that they'll be okay, could only get one set of them for now. Latifi was a bit upset Thursday and Friday because of this. And it's Latifi in 10th position and not his teammate. Albon's out in the first lot, wasn't he?
Oh, and Max Verstappen spins at the exit! Oh, Stowe! Max Verstappen does a 360! And if that was the best in the conditions, he could have just thrown pole position away! The British fans applauded that one! He got a massive steer of oversteer at the exit, and that lap time is a 1:51.332. It's Zhou Guanyu on provisional pole!
The lad from Sheffield.
And here comes Lando Norris! Yeah, another honorary Brit in the way of Zhou Guanyu. Norris goes second. Zhou Guanyu is on provisional pole at Silverstone. A 1:49.454. Can Hamilton take it away? No, he can't. Hamilton's had problems. What about George Russell? He's not doing it. The rain's got heavier. Zhou Guanyu might actually be on pole for the British Grand Prix. Look at Fernando Alonso. He's out of it. Alonso's on pole. Alonso's on pole position. It's a 1:46.227. And where is Megan?
What a mega drive in the wet.
Just taking a photo of that to make sure Megan remembers what she's missed. So this is the best of the conditions. On the first lap, it's Fernando Alonso with his first pole position since Germany 2012, and it will be pole position 23 of his career. But here comes Carlos Sainz with the fastest middle sector.
Do you know what? Max is very good at that 360 pirouette, isn't he? He's very good at just, when he's going round, putting just the right amount of pressure on the brake pedal to bring him back to the front so that it's a full 360. That's the fourth or fifth time I've seen him do it.
Sainz on pole at 1:46.098. There's a yellow flag.
Latifi.
Oh no! Nicholas Latifi is off in turn 1, and Abby as Leclerc takes pole at 1:44.844. Here comes Verstappen. He's got much faster time as we head back to green flag.
Purple in first 2 sectors.
And it's only good enough for second. He's 43 thousandths down. Leclerc on pole. Verstappen second.
But
it's changed. It's changed.
Leclerc's on pole.
Leclerc on pole, Verstappen second, Sainz third, Alonso
did
fourth.
Max lose his lap time there because of the yellow flag? I doubt it.
He's gone off the track.
Track limits.
So he's going to lose that one too. Hamilton's gone third. Perez now goes third. It changes again, so Verstappen might lose his lap time there as Latifi spun at turn 1. As Verstappen now fastest first sector. No sign of it being deleted by the stewards. I'm sure Josh will know. Alonso goes third. 1:45.088. Now, Verstappen's lap time does get deleted as the rain starts to get a bit heavier.
To be honest, it should. It should, because the rules are the rules. A few races ago, I think it was his teammate who didn't get one deleted for going off, and everyone else complained. So, it could happen again.
Yellow flags at turn 1. I was heard from Lando Norris there, but nothing alarm on. Let's have 5 minutes to go. Everyone's just going to keep going out there. They must be fueled longer into this stint as well. Alonso P3 as well. Verstappen's up by 1.6 seconds to Leclerc, so the track's getting quicker out there at the moment.
So is our local lad. He was brought up in Sheffield, which isn't too far away from us, and his teammates got so much experience in a Mercedes, and yet he's qualifying in 7th. That's a fantastic result for Zoe.
Across the
Zoe
line,
Ganyu.
Max Verstappen takes pole position by 1.8 seconds here at Silverstone. It's pole position number, double checking, 14 of his career. If he keeps it. Lando. Whoa, Lando's.
But Martin's just said the same, if it keeps in place.
Lando goes second to the roar of the British crowd.
We are expecting this to be the best window for the session.
Second. Hamilton goes second. 1:43.250. Look at Russell. Russell goes third. British 2, 3, 4. Across the line comes Perez. Goes 5th. 1:44.809. So it's Verstappen and Hamilton front row of the British Grand Prix again. Now that could be interesting tomorrow. Let's hear from Max.
More rain is expected. Just keep pushing.
If it's coming down with rain, it's going to get worse. So who knows what's going to happen? Megan said, can I use my laptop now? No. Need it in a second. Verstappen up in that first sector. This is getting an insane session as well. 32.102 in that first sector. Hamilton was at 32.4, same as Russell. In fact, Russell is 1,000th quicker than Lewis Hamilton.
Coming up to the last throw of the dice.
But Max
One,
has
maybe
lost.
two
More rain
laps
is expected. Just
for
keep
some
pushing.
of them.
Max has lost 3 seconds in the second sector. It's raining heavier at Copse. Max is backing off. I think that's, unless it's a slow lap, I don't know. Sainz only 8th on a 1:45. Go on, Josh.
I think this is the fast lap coming up.
Yeah, Josh.
Verstappen had a fastest sector 1, so I think he backed off due to the rain.
Yeah.
So if it's bad in
I bet he felt a bit at the back end because he's done 1:360. He doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, doesn't want to do it again. So I wonder if it's bad. So it's Brooklands onwards. Oh, that's a big twitch from Carlos Sainz coming through Aintree. Go on, Josh.
I am still waiting from Verstappen radio saying nice 360.
Yeah, it hasn't gone through just yet, has it? Hamilton goes second, 27,000 of a second down. But look at Fernando Alonso, 7th at the moment. He's finding something out
Likely
here.
it is. We will get 1 time lap, I think. 1 time lap.
2 minutes to go.
What's full power for 1 lap? If you're 100% sure it's 1 time lap, what's the max power for 1 time lap?
Here comes Fernando Alonso down towards the last corner, across the line. Alonso goes third, 1:43.118. Alonso's on fire recently in this car, but Verstappen fastest first sector again. The time's there. He's starting to get back into it. He's drawing himself back into the game.
Top 4 at the moment, 4 different makes of car. That's good for Formula 1. But will it stay that way? I doubt
Positioning-wise, we'll only get one more lap here, so just careful what you do. They all want to be starting their last lap in the driest conditions. I know that sounds obvious, but it's trickier than you think when you're out there. You're just running the whole session. So some of them are backing off now in order to be quick on that last lap in the best of the conditions.
Carlos Sainz takes pole position at 1:42.181. Here comes Charles Leclerc across the line. Leclerc goes top.
To Verstappen, P1.
Leclerc on provisional pole, 1:41, and I think Max has done it again, is he? No, he's okay. Cross the line comes Max
I think
Verstappen.
he just went a bit wide.
He's 2 tenths faster. Max on pole position, but look at Hamilton and Alonso. They're all setting better lap times at the moment. It's Verstappen on pole with 1 more flying lap to go.
Because, of course, when you do go wide, you go into the wet part of the track. There is a slight drying line on the racing line.
Go on, Josh.
Norris goes third with a 1:42.084.
And here comes Fernando Alonso. He's looking quick as well. Fast sector 1, fast sector 2, a 30. I can't tell. It's flashed off the monitor. 31.1 41.4. Perez goes third. 10 seconds left. Alonso, which will probably not be the last one to cross the line. He might just make it across. Alonso crosses the line. Where does he go? Up to 5th only. Checkered flag is out now here at Silverstone. Alonso's got one more flying lap. Watch out for him. He might be the pole sitter if the track's getting quicker. Sainz is up in the second sector. There's a yellow flag somewhere out there, Josh. Don't know where just yet. It's gone green though. It's sector 3, so someone's off in sector 3. Sector 13. Green. Sector 13. Charles Leclerc spun! Charles Leclerc has spun! That is what we were hearing! Charles Leclerc has spun on the track, so he's out of it. Can Carlos Sainz take pole position away from the Red Bull? Because Verstappen got caught up in that yellow. Sainz across the line. It's his first pole position in Formula 1. A 1:49.83. And can Verstappen do anything about it? Into the Vale chicane. Leclerc's come off. He's backed off of it. Verstappen's not nowhere anywhere near him.
The
to
two
the line.
Mercedes are on the...
Max can't do it! Max can't do it! Leclerc's taking the flag! Carlos Sainz has his first ever
Norris
pole!
next.
Where's Norris? Who is it? Norris next across the line. Does he improve up the order? No, Hamilton, Russell, Zhou. Alonso's done a bad first sector, so there's still time, but I think Carlos Sainz has done it. Norris is 5th. He's confirmed. Well, Hamilton goes 4th. He can't get on. Second row only for him. Russell 8th. And where's Alonso? Alonso, I think he's still P7. Zhou goes 9th. He takes the flag. Alonso's out of it. Verstappen 2nd. It's Carlos Sainz with his first ever pole position in Formula 1, and it comes here at Silverstone. That is how you deal with the negativity in the first 10 races in the most treacherous conditions. Sainz has put it on the top dollar bill at Silverstone. It's him versus Verstappen into Abbey tomorrow.
Keanu Reeves there.
Watching on, it's Sainz, Verstappen, Leclerc, the top 3, Perez, Hamilton, Norris, Alonso, Russell, Zhou, Latifi.
P1 confirmed. Good job. No way. P1, baby. Let's enjoy.
I didn't expect that one. I was terrible out there. How did I do P1?
Yeah, you keep it together like a smooth operator.
Kept it together like a smooth operator.
Smooth operator.
Fantastic. What a race we have tomorrow. Verstappen will be on the inside line into turn 1. Sainz will be on the outside. And it's just Canada Part 2, where it was Sainz versus Verstappen. First ever pole position in Formula 1 for Carlos Sainz as well.
And who was drawn the short straw of the interviews in this rain?
We can double check if it goes quick enough, because I can find out if I can get to the FIA website in time. I don't think I can.
The Ferrari gaffer there.
What you got? Yeah, all the Ferrari higher ups here this weekend as well. I wonder if I can get here as Sainz gets out. Verstappen 2nd, Leclerc finishing 3rd on the deck as well. I'm trying to get to the official documents quite quickly. It'll tell me about post-qualifying procedure. And he needs to open. And doing the post-race interviews, presumably, will be... I can't tell, actually. It's not actually telling me who's doing the interviews.
Yeah.
Well, usually it says the interviews will be conducted by blah, blah, blah. Presumably it will be David Coulthard.
It'll either be DC or Naomi, won't it?
Naomi could be done, but she's in the W Series at the moment. But could be Jenson Button.
Yeah, JB did one the other week, didn't he?
In Canada. I can't see anyone out there just yet. Anyway, are you going through? Are you getting ready to jump? All right, you can go as we get ready. See you later.
Okay, I'll leave it to Josh and Josh.
Bye-bye. See you later. Can you get up, all right? As they come through. You seriously got no idea. Oh, the interviewer will be selected by the commercial rights holder. So it'll be someone from Sky Sports F1. It's Jenson Button. It's Jenson Button. As Josh is here in the comms box as well to do all the interviews. What do you reckon then, Josh, going into tomorrow's race? Who do you think is going to be fast and who do you think is going to be slow?
I want Alonso to do well.
I do.
And of course all of the Brits as Leclerc, gets weighed, and now the smooth operator, Carlos Sainz, gets on. Is that a team radio?
Nope. It's coming up on the interviews, which are conducted by Billy Munger. It's Billy from Channel 4. He's gone down from the commentary box now as well. So here's your interviews then. Billy Munger will interview the top 3 here for the British Grand Prix qualifying at Silverstone. Down to you, Billy Munger.
Asking all the questions.
Carlos Sainz, your 150th Grand Prix this weekend here at Silverstone. Listen to that cheer, your first ever pole position. Sum that lap up for us.
Well, yeah, thank you very much. Well, first of all, thank you for the whole crowd for cheering. And thanks everyone for staying out there with this rain. Spaniards, we struggle a bit more with this rain, but you can tell that you guys are used to it. So thanks for being there. And yeah, it was a good lap, but I was struggling a lot with the standing water in the intermediate. There was a lot more standing water in the racing line, and it was very easy to get snaps and lose the lap. Also more difficult to get temperature into these intermediates with this condition. In the end, I put together a lap that I didn't thought it was nothing special, but just put it on the board and see how it is, and it was pole position, which came a bit of a surprise.
Well, it's definitely special enough for pole position here at Silverstone today. Obviously, this season hasn't always gone your way. You've run into a few issues, but after Canada, which looked a lot more positive in the race, you got the fastest lap. You ran Max a close way all the way to the line. What can you do tomorrow? How are things looking for the race? Can you convert this into your first ever victory in Formula One?
I think so. Yeah, the pace has been there all weekend, except for FP3 that we had some issues that we think we have corrected them for quali. But if I base myself on my FP2 pace, then we should be in a good position to try and hold on to it. I'm sure Max and Charles will put a lot of pressure, but I will try my best, of course.
Well, hopefully, Carlos, tomorrow goes well for you. Good luck for the race tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Cheers, everyone.
So, Max Verstappen, obviously, today in qualifying, their second place. Carlos just picked you towards the end. Sum up the qualifying session for us. It looked really tricky out there for the drivers.
Yeah, it was quite a tricky qualifying, with the rain, and then also, it was raining, drying, so you had to be at the track at the right time. But I think overall the car was working really well. It's just in Q3 it's always a bit of a lottery sometimes. When you have to put the fastest lap in, but I got a bit hindered in my final lap with the yellow flag, unfortunately. But I think still, to be on the front row is very good for us, and we have a good race car, I think, in the dry and in the wets.
And obviously, when it comes to the recent form, obviously Red Bull have been on a bit of a roll between you and Sergio, winning the last 6 races. Obviously, tomorrow is where the points count. And what are your plans going into the first couple of corners? How aggressive do you plan to be with, obviously, trying to get the move done on Carlos if you can?
Well, I mean, it's not only about the first lap, it's all about the race. I think we have, like I said, a good race car. It's all about the tire management as well. So, yeah, looking forward to tomorrow.
Well, good luck for the race tomorrow, Max.
Thank you.
Charles Leclerc, obviously, qualifying's just happened. Looked tricky out there, P3 for you. Qualifying's normally been your strong suit, so are you slightly disappointed that, obviously, today you didn't manage to get the top step?
Yeah, I am, but happy for Carlos. He did a great job today. Yeah, I spun in that last lap. I knew it was the lap where I had to put everything together, and I didn't as a driver, so I didn't deserve to be on pole. But P3 is still a good position to start in for tomorrow's race, and hopefully putting everything together, we can come back.
And last year in the race, obviously, you narrowly lost out on the race victory to Lewis Hamilton, obviously, who's a home favourite here at Silverstone. But looking to tomorrow's race, starting from P3, what's your plans? You've obviously got a little bit of ground to make up in the championship after a tough couple of races for yourself. So how do you plan on bouncing back and making those points up tomorrow?
Well, I think the pace is there, so if we have a clean race, then everything should go well. A good start, and then obviously time management will be a thing too. I think the strategy is a bit mixed in between 1 and 2 stops, so it will be interesting to see whoever is going for the 1 stop or the 2 stops, but hopefully we'll make the right choice and we can come back to where we want to be.
Are you confident with the strategy and the tyre degradation? Obviously that, again, earlier in the season was something that troubled you guys.
I don't think it was a problem in the last few races. Obviously, we couldn't show it because we've had some issues, but hopefully tomorrow is the day.
Well, good luck tomorrow, Charles.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Charles Leclerc starts third on the grid. Max Verstappen starts in second position as well. And it is pole position for Carlos Sainz. What on earth is happening to my graphics package as well? Josh Blaze is back with me in the comms cam quickly. We're on a quick off, Josh. So in one word, what are you most looking forward to about tomorrow's British Grand Prix?
Rain.
Good answer. Right, we're off here now as well. Join us next, where we'll be on air for the Formula E race from Marrakesh. Myself and Edward Hunter, Megan Birch and Ian Birch will take you through the commentary for the Formula 2 sprint, which looks to be tasty here at a wet Silverstone as well. I wish I was commentating on that, really. But anyway, thanks for your company, Josh. And thanks for Ian Birch. We'll see you all tomorrow for the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. Bye for now. And we're off.